All right, so I am back, and it's been about a week since my rant of the week for the KOs came out, and just wanted to let's do the viewer responses. So for those that are somewhat new to this, which I don't think there is anybody, I prefer when I don't have the time to do respond to every single comment on every single video. I try to read them all too. Sometimes it's just like, sometimes I see a comment post from a video like 3 years ago and people are asking me questions and I'm like, anyway, so let's see here. So we had about 961 views, 52 likes, and 2 dislikes. Fair enough. I think that's a good like to dislike ratio. And we've got quite a few comments, so let's get going. So, BVZXA3 says, "You're speaking on the classic Henkei Seekers. When did Henkei Thundercracker and Skywarp, or when they did Henkei Thundercracker Skywarp, they used the Universe version of the Starscream mold. The Universe Starscream has a slight retool of the classic versions, as it had the same issues with the shoulder cannons compared to the original classic Seeker. I still want the orange CMS Sunstorm and the Rainmakers." Me too. I do too. If I see those things, I'm gonna snatch them up. I know I've seen on eBay there's a green one, the green of the Rainmakers available, but I haven't seen the blue or the yellow one. There's also the Mustard Seeker that I see that guy a lot, but I think he's got gold plastic syndrome, so I'd be very wary on that one. Anyway, I have the Unite Seeker set, and while they use the original classic Starscream mold, the problem is some sets have so much paint on them, the plastic starts to degrade. The United Seeker Aces set is the worst offender of this. I had to get a second set because the first one started falling apart just sitting in the box. I have some high quality Yusha Brave toys, which were very nice and I have had since 2002 for DA Garn. I don't know. I don't have any idea what you're talking about here. Sorry. I think the more of the issue with the Unite Seeker set was just mold degradation. I mean, I know there were 2 variations of the original mold, and then that even branched out into the different Seekers as well. But ultimately, I think it was used almost. I don't even have any idea how many times that thing was used. Full retail U.S. release, full retail Takara release twice. BotCons, other exclusives. I'd say at least 25, 30 times. At least that mold. I don't have any idea, and I don't know, but it was heavily abused. So I don't think it was just necessarily the paint as much as it was just mold degradation. It just, some of them just come out of the package and it's like, whoo boy, but then some of them come out and they're just fine. So it's kind of a hit or miss with it, but yeah, it's just, yeah. Anyway, okay, move on. Gibdozer1 says, "I agree, KO should never be represented as official. I owned MP Tracks and the KO version. That was last time I bought an official MP. The world of KO is more exciting than official. It's almost third-party level of excitement to me." I agree. I mean, I could see it. I could see where you're coming from easily. Yeah, definitely. I mean, for the cost, it's like, jeez. $120 for MP Sunstreaker when a KO car is $30. I could easily see that appeal right there. And also, you get different colorations that aren't exclusive and cost $1,000. I feel sorry for people who draw a moral line in the sand when it comes to toys. I feel like they miss out on some really cool toys. Maybe they deserve to miss out, though. After all, only a Sith deals in absolutes. You see, I gotta question that last statement. Not necessarily Transformer or KO related, but Siths only deal in absolute. Coming from a Jedi who just told the Sith, like either you're with me or you're against me too. It's like, Anakin said that to Obi-Wan, but then Obi-Wan went there to kill Anakin because he was Sith. It's just, look at Mace Windu when he was fighting Palpatine. He was like, oh, he's too dangerous to live, so I'm going to put him down. And it's like, that sounds like an absolute to me as well. Anyway, moving on. Xander Rizzo says, dude, throw that Jetfire in the trash. That's what I did as soon as I opened mine. I don't blame you at all. I think it's a fun toy. That's all I can say. It's not a collector's piece, but it's interesting. It's different. After spending so much money on those, high-end third-party figures, $200 a figure, spending $15 on a fun toy is always... just always gets me right. It's just like, I'm okay with it. Alright, Rob Stein 1 says, I totally on board with being okay with KOs, so as long as they don't present themselves as the official product. In other words, scamming for money. I also can't deny the appeal of KOs that managed to improve on the original. That's definitely true. It's like, wow, it's like this figure's better than the official figure because, they were able to focus more on certain things. QC becomes a bigger issue. It's so weird. KO sometimes, like, they get the figure right so they don't have to deal with the QC issues later on. And it's like, why can't Hasbro follow that guideline? I'm looking at you, Legendary Toys Wasp. Legendary Toys Wasp. I don't know who that is. Sorry. Dulcar says, I totally get where you're coming from. For me, a true KO involved deception and exact duplication of the official mold. However, I totally respect your view and those of others that differ from my own. You make some great points on some of these figures, and yeah, I agree completely when it comes to Mania King. Great rant and cool video. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Thanks for watching. He's a good guy. Go check out his channel, Dulcar Toys and Stuff. He's been doing a lot of these revered videos, and I was on there, so I appreciate it. And yeah, good guy. So let's see here. Rob Strunk says, "Oh, okay. There's two comments here. First one, I have a couple of the KO MP cars, and I've had no issues. I also bought the Wee Jang oversized KO Warbitron Bruticus, and it's good. But my favorite is the MPP-10B. Excellent in every way. If you ever handled any of the MPP-10 figures, I recommend you borrowing one or even buying one to check out. You won't be disappointed." I actually got one on order, so we'll be seeing him soon. And CMS also did other colors of the animated RC mold. I enjoy those, and I still wish I had them. Yeah, they also did who else did they do? I know they did the Wild Rider. That was a Takara exclusive. And he was an insane cost based on the classics Rodimus mold. And I don't think they ever did a Rodimus, though. I think they did a few of the recolors. Same with the Punch Counter Punch figure that was based on the Sideswipe mold. Again, they did a few repaints, but I don't think they ever actually did Sideswipe in them. So, they were just doing random stuff. Like, mostly they would start with the exclusive stuff that was really hard to find and release it for a cheap price and let us know that it was a KO right off the top. So I'm okay with that. Like I said, I'm perfectly fine with that. Williams 01 or BT Williams 01 says, I've only owned one KO, and it was a Takara Tony Red Alert, and it was a piece of shit. He couldn't hold his gun, and one of his damn arms broke while I was transforming him. And that's the downside of KOs, is sometimes you do get a shit figure, and when it's a shit figure, it's a shit figure. It is complete shit. But I've had the same issues with official and third-party figures, too, where they can't hold a gun, things break off. I mean, I can't tell you how many third-party figures I've had to return and get refunds for because this broke or that broke. I mean, hell, KFC Reflector, the whole bottom leg, like, it imploded on me. I was like, what the And that was one of those giveaway figures of mine, so I had to wait for so long to get the replacement part because BBTS was giving me a hard time. But anyway, a lot of times with the KOs, you're pretty much up shit creek and without a paddle. So because it's a KO, so nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, we could fix that for you. It's more like, oh nope, they'll just they won't do nothing for you. So that's the downside of KOs. 7TGM23 says Fave KO is MPP10. Okay. He also says KOs for different colors, KOs for improved figures, KOs for when the officials are way overpriced. There's a market because the official are leaving a huge hole in the market. And Fans Toys is the best third-party company out there. Not all the figures are home runs, but their overall body of work is A+. So yeah, going into there's always a market. I mean, hell, look at what the Yes models are doing with the Rainmakers right there. I mean, they're doing like Hot Link, Bitstream. They're doing all the ones that Takara has not done, and if they do $200 a piece, it's like, I will not spend $200 a Seeker anymore. Period. I'm done. I'm over it. I will not spend $200 for a Seeker. Ever again. Just, I refuse. I absolutely refuse. And as for Fans Toys, I know a lot of people love Fans Toys, and I do not blame them. They do make a pretty good product. I have had some bad experience with Fans Toys, not Fans Project. Sorry, but they're just, for me, they're not my company. I'm not a fan of them. I don't know what it is. I know a couple things, but I won't really go into it here. But it's just overall, I don't know. Their aesthetics to me even just. I don't find it all that appealing. I find it very underwhelming, and I don't know what it is. I cannot tell you why Fans Toys, is a company where it's like I'm almost regarding them in the point of KFC. At least not as bad as KFC, where I refuse, KFC and X Transbots, where I refuse to touch the figure in general. I'll review a Fans Toys figure and, most of the time enjoy it unless it explodes on me. Like the Perfect Fusion Slag did. Alright, next one. Aaron Maurer? John, what does your take on MP Dinobot figure and his price? We're actually going to do a rant on that, I think, next week, so we'll talk about that then. He also says, I've been buying less and less KO. I like KOs when they improve the quality and or the scale of the figure. Overall, third-party figures have dropped in price. I think, I've definitely seen a decrease in price. I mean, look at the Zeta toys. I mean, their Combaticons look horrible. But this Superion set looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. I could guarantee I'll be ordering those guys to take a look at. I don't know if I'll get the Combaticons just because God, the figures look terrible in comparison to the Unique Toys one. But yeah, that Superion set looks great. Anyway, but yeah, it's like right there. It's like, some third party companies are like, hey, we got to stay competitive. We're going up against all these other third parties, and Fans Toys, who releases a teaser of every single figure announced. And everyone says the same thing, like, well, I'll wait till see what Fans Toys does now. It's like, yeah, how's that Fans Toys Blitzwing going for you guys? Or the Fans Toys Hot Rodimus, or Hot Rod. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, so that's like everyone's doing them doing the figures cheaper, and Takara, the official line, is over there making things more expensive, and it's just like, why isn't this tracking? But it's a bed we create when it comes to things being overcost. Anyway, Nathan Simmons says KO with a purpose. I like that. There's definitely some pros and cons to KOs. With added engineering to make things better, Weijing KBB BB7 Yes model have taken the existing molds and made them so much better, especially the Seekers. Yes, they have. I have some of the KOs some KOs in my collection. Yes, Skywarp, Dirge, Thrust, and Ramjet, as well as the oversized KO Warbitron, and I am happy with them. At the time that the KO company started really cranking out the Seekers last year, it was before the Skywarp got reissued. So it was like, if you wanted to get the full set and you missed out on the Skywarp the first time, you're looking at $400-500 for the one Seeker on Evil Bay prices, and it's like, that's disgusting. That's disgusting. $200 is bad, but $500 for a Seeker, fuck that. Daniel McClung, he's got a long. You hit the nail on the head with this one. I only have 4 KOs in my collection. One that I was scammed on, and I keep as a reminder. Yeah, that does happen. Unfortunately, it does happen. I wish it would. I wish it wouldn't, but it does. And 3 that serve a purpose. I was scammed on a KO sideswipe. I was so pissed when I realized that it was a KO, but I was new to collecting and didn't know that there was KOs even out there. The other 3 are KO MP Smokescreen, oversized KO Combiner Wars Power Glide, and the oversized KO Warbitron. The Smokescreen cost me about $15, so I figured, what the hell, not at least for now. Or why the hell not, at least for now. The oversized Power Glide is a cheap placeholder until I grab the DX9 Power Glide, which is great. It's a great figure. But the oversized KO Warbitron is staying put. That thing completely awesome. It is a great figure and is perfect scale for me. I have seen the Zeta Unique Toys, and they are perfectly fine, but this entire set comes to me, or cost me what one of those figures would, and it fits way better in my collection. All 3 modes, I will most likely pick up the KO Seekers and maybe some of the Titans Return Sharkticons if I can find them. I would say take a look at TF Direct. They have tons of stuff there. I think I saw the Sharkticons the other day. Lego Man 88888, bunch of KOs. I'm with you if the KO has a purpose, but I can take it or leave KO. Fair enough. Ultron T says, the rants are back, fuck yeah. I know, right? Anyways, Quake Blast is the best Shockwave figure around, and Takara could keep up their MP Megatron, who transforms into a stupid fucking gun instead of something badass like a tank or a robotic flight capable T-Rex. Fuck yeah. But in the more they price gouge or money grab, the more opportunities KO companies have to capitalize on affordability vacuum formed by such outrageous prices. Cough, Dinobot, rant, cough. We'll get to it. Don't worry. I hope you're talking about Dinobot, the Masterpiece Dinobot, not Masterpiece Dinobots. But anyway, yeah, we're doing a Dinobot rant. The KOs would only be an affront if Takara's design integrity or design ethics were without equal, but the MP Seeker mold is proof that Takara is not necessarily interested in producing and perfecting their products to the highest standards for the prices they're demanding. Well, the thing about the MP Seekers is that it wasn't designed for this line. It was designed for the original Masterpiece line, which was more of a real world take. And then they retooled it into this line. That's why it doesn't work. It's just such an old, dated mold. Think about when the MP11 mold came out shortly after the MP10, which, wasn't that long ago. But then you go back to MP03, I think it was. I think it was MP03 was the first of the Seekers, and it's a different design, but it was so long ago. It's like nobody puts MP01 in current Masterpiece shelf. So why would you put the Seeker in there? Slight aesthetic changes aside, it's still the same thing, and it was dated then. It's dated now, so It made a good stand-in piece, but the whole thing needs to be redone. And right now you got Toy World doing them, but they're too big and a little chuggish, admittedly. And then you got Make Toys doing it, but Make Toys is going to take forever to get the main 6 out. And they're going to bleed out. They're going to try and bleed that mold as much as they can, which they should. But they are going. They should have already had. We should already have pre-orders up for Skywarp and Thundercracker by now. Maybe Sunstorm and Acid Storm, and but at least Thundercracker and Skywarp. But this is gonna take them years to do. We're gonna be, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, by the way, here comes Ramjet, and it's like 2021. And people are going to slowly replace them. Then Takara's going to probably redo them, and then we're going to have to start all over. It's crazy. I don't know yet. All right. Anyway, moving on. Autobot Brainstorm says the only KO I can defend getting is MP KO, mainly because MP is getting insanely expensive. Like I said, KO MP36 is nearly the same quality for $80, while the official's near $300. Well, it depends on where you get it, but yeah, I know they're reissuing him now, so he's back down to about $230 US retail cost, not anime exports cost. I'm in the US. I order US. That's typically what I do. A lot of people say, "Well, I got mine for $180." It's like, okay, good for you. That's awesome. Over here, every retailer has them for $230, so that's what I base what I'm talking about off of, is what US retail is. But anyway, that's a different story. But yeah, the KO MP36, it's at the point where I'm probably going to have to do a rant about the KO Megatrons, because it's so interesting watching it unfold. So anyway, Chaotic Tyrant says, my favorite KO would be Mech Fans Toys MF27 Samurai, aka the oversized Iron Factory Legends 6-shot. Then again, I also really like the Cloud9's Quake Blast, which I looked at him. I didn't look at the other one, but I looked at the Quake Blast, and he's amazing. I sold him a couple years ago, and I've regretted it ever since. I think they still have them at TF Direct. Shameless plug for a company that doesn't pay me. I'm probably going to need to buy another one eventually. I really hope someday they'll do a KO of MP Dino at, because there's no way in hell I'm spending $250 on the official one from Takara. Fair enough. Scott Bomer, yeah, I think. I'm generally not much of a fan of KOs, if they're just a straight one-to-one knockoff. But if they're offering something different from the original, that's what I mean by KO with a purpose. Or there's something compelling, another compelling reason, I sometimes buy them. Usually, my favorite KO is the oversized Bruticus. I'm hearing a couple of people say that. What are you guys' thoughts on the oversized Predaking? If anybody has that. That set just brings that figure much more into scale with modern MPs, and the quality is actually pretty good for a knockoff. If the company does an oversized KO of the Generation Toy Bruticus, I may not be a buyer, but I'll definitely be interested to see how they turn out. I wonder if you mean the Zeta toy or the unique toys, because Generation Toys is Warbitron. So, unless they're doing a different one, I don't know. Guess we'll see. I've been kind of tempted to get the Predaking. I don't have a place for the Bruticus just because I do not like the aesthetics of the Warbitron Bruticus anymore. But definitely interested in Predaking, and that Kabiro Superion. I want to know what scale that one is. But anyway, Jinbo Bruticus is best KO in my opinion. Maybe I'll have to buy the KO Bruticus just to look at it. I'm fine with KO. Okay, Gen 1 Red Alert. Okay, alright, sorry. Black Convoy says the Bruticus is the best KO. Gen 1 Red Alert says, I'm fine with KOs. I own 3 MP KOs and 3 officials. Black Convoy says, I was against KO until I saw reviews on them. Since then, I own the Weijing Invasion Optimus, Quake Blast, Jinbao, Bruticus, and Predaking. All solid figures at a reasonable price. Yeah, let me know. Like, I want to know, like, is that Predaking worth it? Because I know, like, that individual heads were, like, goofy looking and stuff, but... let's see, Mike Fabry 1 says... I have to say, the more I see of those Yes Model Seekers, the more I want to collect Masterpiece. The official Seekers are ridiculously expensive. I know. It turns some collectors away, thinking of like, I'm going to have to spend $200 a figure. I don't have the money for that. Because some people don't. They don't. You know, casual collectors, you know, if it was $60 for MP Car, $70 for the MP Seekers, which is what... you know, Hasbro charges for them at Toys R Us, then it's like, you know what? I'm down. But $200 for one toy? Not me. I can't do it. So I see where I definitely feel you on that one. But it does make me... let's see here. But it does make me want to go out and buy some official MP cars or some other MP characters I'm fond of. I already own 2 Soundwave, who was my holy grail. But if he looks good with some Yes Model Seekers, I'll probably go for an official Shockwave and maybe even Megatron. That's what KO does to me. It gives me a reason to collect the officials when I normally wouldn't have. There's a KO Shockwave out there as well, which is more in line with the price that I think that figure would have been worth. Because, well, I mean, the MP Shockwave I think is a good figure. I think it is overpriced. But then that Quake Blast is so much better. It is so good. Anyway, Reaper Redimer 2112 says, my favorite KO is the upscales Invasion Mode Optimus Prime. Wei Jiang did so much with it that calling it a KO almost feels wrong. A noteworthy running up is the KO Shattered Glass Classics Optimus Prime. I haven't played with those ones. I think I got it on eBay for around $40 when the original 2008 bot.com was selling for past the 500 mark. Yeah, that's it right there. And it's oversized, so it's going to be a little bit bigger. So I also used to have a bunch of those CHMS Seekers at one point. I think I had around 12 of them. Right now, I wish I had the KO Shattered Glass MP10. Well, it looks much better than the one Hasbro put out like a year ago, even if the KO doesn't have a trailer. And I think those are about $100. The ones with the out of trailer. I know. TF Direct. I keep bringing them up, but they have tons of KOs, so that's the one I look for when I'm looking at KOs. I think they have. I don't know if they have a MP10, like a regular MP10, but they have all the repaints. Maybe not the black one, just because it might have sold out, but definitely, if you're in the market for those, look it up. Who's paying $70 for a Pizza Spidey? Oh, LOL, Impossible Pie. That's how much he was going for on eBay when I was looking, when I was trying to get back into Marvel Legends last year. And it was like $70. I'm like, I ain't spending $70 for a Pizza Spidey. So the question, to answer your question, is no one. Especially now that he's gotten reissued in the Marvel Legends Classics line. Which if I ever find it, I'll pick it up. But because this thing's kind of a floppy mess. But yeah, I mean that's what I saw the prices was at that point, and I was like, good Lord, I am not spending more than like maybe $30 for a Marvel Legends figure. If it's something old and out of date, maybe $35. But I'm going fucking $70. Yenin Mai. I always butcher your name. We've spoken and you've explained how to pronounce your name, but I can't remember. So I'm very sorry. My favorite recent KO are all those Yes model Conehead Seekers. Not only did they save me $120 each Conehead, but they look great and they fit perfectly with other MP Seekers. I think the Hasbro ones, the heads are a little too big. It's kind of goofy looking. Joseph Flanagan says, always love the rant week. Thank you. Eric Lewis says, I have no issues with KO MP or KO G1. In fact, own most of them. When I can get KO MP 36 for $80 versus $120, no brainer. Laser Z says, come on. The upscaled Legends Jetfire, I'd probably say official. As for a KO Marvel Legends, I bought an extra Carnage, but his joints are good. So, yep, I'm okay with KOs as long as they're marked as such. I bought the Seekers off the shelf, but thought Thundercracker would never get reissued and be stuck with markup eBay hell. Then saw the CHMS Thundercracker right after buying him. Hasbro releases the official retail version. Yeah, CHMS was a cool company. Wasn't it KO Toys? Yes, I think that's what it was. Pretty sure. That did the lunchtime specials also. I don't know about that. Like special gold and clear chug primes. Yes, I think they called them the Colds. KOLD. Yeah, and those you can still find on eBay because nobody seems to really be too interested in those. You just sold me Fans Toys, Dinobots, and Chug Skill. That would be pretty awesome, I'm telling you. Favorite KO toy? I'd say MP Bumblebee because I bought an official, but I wanted another exosuit, so I got the KO. Switched the heads of the humans with the Doctor Wu set, then gave the KOB to my best friend's daughter because of the live action movies. $25 is okay for an MP Legends figure and a kid friendly gift. Fair enough. Spartan X47 says, I agree with your perspective on the whole KO with a perspective. Right now I'm looking forward to the MP36 Megatron KO that comes with a back cover. I've seen that. I can't remember which one that was off the top of my head. And another add-on part with a purple LED, and the Fusion cannon and comes with a Frank Walker voice chip. Edit. And supposedly this KO is supposed to fix his leg issue the original figure had. I hope so. It is hit or miss. There's 3 different masterpiece Megatron KOs coming out, and then there's an oversized one that is slightly high, taken from Apollyon, I think, and then the bottom half is like a complete and total unique figure. And I sat there looking at that and like, this is a KO company and they're designing a new figure? Cool. Let's see. May 70er says, don't have a problem with KOs unless it's purposely trying to pass it off as genuine, which I hate. Such as identical packaging as official product. The problem with that is sometimes the KOs, they'll put Takasa Tomy or the CHMS guys, they put CHMS over Takara. But then you got the sellers, the individual sellers that repackage them in official boxes, or they say, oh, just it's missing the box, and then it makes it harder for people like me, who I have a tendency of selling lots of figures at any given time, and I have official, it's like I had official cards, and people are questioning, are you sure those are official or are they KOs? It's like, they're official. How do I know? Because I'm telling you. and I get it from their perspective, because it's like they don't know me, so they'll probably like why should I trust this guy? But I'm over here like, I don't know how else I can explain this to you. Do I need to find a sales receipt? But anyway, for my collection, my favorite KO thus far is the Clone Droid 6-Shot, which is KO and slight retool at MMC Hexatron. I heard that one was pretty good, but the problem I had with that one was that it was so close to the MMC price, and I had the MMC one. I was like, why buy the Clone Droid one when I have the MMC one, and they're not reducing the price enough to make me go, ooh, you know what? Now we're talking. And then Fluffy Hub says hi. So yeah, I guess that's it. That looked like all the comments. So yeah, next week we'll do, I think, Dinobot. Do a rant about Dinobot and kind of go from there. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.